Yo, what's up? Welcome back. It is your boy APW, and welcome back to Questions with APW. And before I introduce my next guest, make sure you hit that like button, you subscribe to my channel with post notifications, and also drop a comment. So here we are, episode 3, and introducing my next guest. She is a Black business owner. She is a graduate of Cal State Fullerton. Former athlete, we're talking track, captain of the surf team, and a soccer player as well. Reigning from Laguna Beach, California, Marlee Grosher, everyone.
What's up, guys?
Marlee, glad to have you. Marlee here is today. She's here to tell us about herself and her business, Trident Performance and Recovery. So
Yes.
We might as well just start with that. Tell us a little bit about Trident.
So, performance and wellness, essentially. I am a massage therapist, certified personal trainer, corrective exercise specialist. I teach mobility, stretching, do body work, a lot of sports massage. So I work with all types of athletes, just helping them take care of their bodies.
Yeah, a very important thing to athletes. For some reason, it's like, as athletes, I'm gonna just say we, because I'm an athlete too, but we kind of hit a wall at a certain age, and we can't move like the way we used to.
Mm-hmm.
We can't basically move like we used to, and a lot of that really has to do with what you're offering, like, as a business. So that's really cool. I think that is something that isn't too much popular, as in like people wanting to do, but like people having to do. And I feel like you're a great advocate for it and pushing it, because I feel like you're going to turn a lot of heads. You're going to heal up a lot of people. And so much more stuff you're going to do. Yeah. I forgot to ask you though, how are you doing today? That's rude of me.
I'm doing good.
You doing
I'm
good?
doing good, yeah.
How is the mind, body, and soul? Are we aligned?
We're aligned today. Everything is copacetic, yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's I like to hear that. Welcome.
How are you doing?
Me? I'm doing cool. I'm putting in work as usual. You know what I mean?
Always putting in work?
Yeah, always putting in work. Finding ways to deal with stuff. Life is always going to be up and downs. It's
Absolutely.
never going to be smooth sailing. But yeah, just rolling with the punches. Just, you know what I mean? Staying consistent, staying routine, stuff like that. I can't complain.
Right.
I can't complain. But let's get into you. Has there been anything going on in your life recently that like was unexpected, as far as like business?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
hear about it.
I'm just coming off of the tailwind of football season. And so this year was my first year traveling as a massage therapist for someone in the NFL. So that was a really exciting experience. I was flying back and forth to the East Coast for the football season. So
Yeah. Damn, that's
cool.
exciting. That's exciting. Well, just a little background. I've known Marlee for about 5
years.
6 years, pushing on.
Yeah.
So, seeing just your growth, you know what I mean? That's a big step. That's a big step forward to you, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be much more of that in the future. So shifting gears kind of a little bit to a different subject, can you tell me about 3 of the most influential people in your life?
Influential people. Definitely my parents.
Parents?
Yeah. They're top of the list for me. Absolutely.
That's cool. That's a different question. That's a different answer.
Right?
I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting you, I'm trying to give you those answers where you just kind of sit there and like, But
that one's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, that's cool.
They're my motivation.
Yeah, shout out to Marlee's parents. For real.
Only child things.
Only child too?
Yeah.
Makes sense. They're probably watching like, you better have. So I see you on Instagram showing off your morning activities, whether it be hiking, whether it be working, stretching out, mobility, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to know what motivates you to do that type of stuff in the morning.
And well, first off, having a morning routine is like a big part of that for
That's
me.
key. Okay.
Yeah. Because the routine is something you look forward to. I feel like when you wake up in the morning, knowing that you're going to have that set period of time where you can just have your time to yourself to get your day together, do what you need to do.
Something about being consistent.
Absolutely. Yeah. Consistency really helps. It just sets the tone for the rest of the day and allows you to get everything done you need to do.
I know, like, when I get my Friday workout done, I'm just like, oh, Friday, like, checklist.
Check.
Like, yeah, like,
Yeah.
another week. So, based on personal experience, I like to have good rapport with anyone I'm working with, whether it be, like, weight training, recovery, stuff like that. Can you describe to us the types of relationships you have with your clients? Just for anyone that's, you know what I mean, is
definitely
interested in working with you.
No, I feel like I definitely like to take an interest in whatever my client has going on. You know, I've had, for example, one kid I've worked with since he was a freshman and going into a freshman year in high school. Now he's a senior about to graduate.
Wow.
So that's been cool because I've gotten to see him kind of grow up and go through high school and, oh, now you're driving and now, you know, about to be off to college. But no, I like to like really take an interest in what my clients got going on and, you know.
Yeah, and 4 years for, I mean, like us at our age, 4 years is kind of like, probably like gradual change, but I mean, in high school, things are just so rapid.
Going fast.
Yeah, so, I mean, shoot, dang, that probably was a tough client to deal with because they're not only like, are they changing in like age, but like their bodies are dramatically changing just at a different rate. Next question. So far in your time as a business owner, what do you feel like is your proudest moment so far?
Proudest moment so far, I think what I just accomplished, being able to travel and have my work recognized and valued, I guess, that much. That's probably been my proudest accomplishment.
Okay.
That and just all the education I've completed, I think.
So we're gonna leave out the modeling.
Well, that don't really have anything to do with recovery, but that's been a cool moment in my career, I guess you could say as well.
Just in my little side career, it's been cool.
I just got to do a campaign for UGG, so the shoes. I'm in their spring campaign, and then they released an article interview for Black History Month.
For Black History Month, okay.
So it was highlighting like black surfers essentially. Yeah. Which was pretty cool.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, just being a black baseball player, it's rare to see another black baseball player. So I can already sense the unity you have when you see another black person surfing.
Yeah. Shout out Ebony Beach Club.
Shout out Ebony Beach Club. Yeah. That sounds
they're the ones that connected me with that, and a lot of the family, we got to actually be in the shoot together. So
oh wow,
it was awesome. It was just highlighting what they're doing, and their mission is to connect black people and bring everybody back to the water, because it's kind of a sport that, not to like go off on a sidebar, but you know, black people weren't allowed in the water at a period of time. You know, there was segregation at the beaches as well. So it's a sport that you don't see a lot of black people doing, for one, because one, they didn't have access to learn how to swim, and then for two, just no access to they were banned from the beaches as well back in the old days, right? So just kind of taking back the water, and it's been great to have kind of a sense of community like that in the surf world. So
and I'm like hearing you say this, like the exact way you feel, the points you're hitting, it reminds me of just like baseball, because at a certain time, I'm not sure if a lot of people know this, African Americans weren't allowed to play in the MLB. They were forced to have their own league called the Negro Leagues. Man, I mean segregation was bad and stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, I wish I could have seen like those type of people play, because they were really special ball players and stuff, and they didn't have the opportunity to compete in the league that was considered the best league to be in. And now it's like I take it part of like my mission and on my journey to bring more African American to the game of baseball, because I'm pretty sure just like surfing, baseball is really just a metaphor for life. You know, you got to get around all the bases and stuff, and I don't surf. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of metaphors that help you just be a better person outside of the water. So that's cool. That's dope. I just want to put some good energy out there, just into the earth. to bring more African Americans to the Ebony Surf Club,
Right.
and also some more African Americans to baseball. So that's cool. Thank you for
Good
sharing
vibes,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, for real. Thanks for sharing that.
And it's Black History Month too.
It is Black History Month too, for
Yeah.
real. So now with social media, anybody can claim to be a coach, recovery specialist, anything like that. What is some of the most like common themes that, well, actually, are there any common themes that you see out there that kind of bother you? Well, to kind of go first, because there's something that irks me a lot, is when people don't think you need to stretch. That is the most. You
that
agree?
one kills me. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Go ahead.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you speak because
okay.
you're more of the professional.
No, I get clients that ask me that all the time, and you know, that's why it's important to actually get evaluated and see what's going on with your body, because a lot of times tightness and soreness could be one of two things. You either are tight and you do need to stretch, or your muscles are actually weak and you need to strengthen them. So that's a big part of like the corrective exercise training.
You help with strength training too, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So we kind of identify, like for example, hip flexors. Hip flexors, a lot of people have pain or tightness in their hips, and they think, oh, I just need to stretch them. Like my hips are just tight, you know. But essentially, they're weak, and so you really need to strengthen them, and that'll help the pain go away rather than just stretching them out.
Stretch them out, yeah, because you're not gonna get anywhere with that. Dang, man.
Yep.
Hey, Marlee is blessing us with actual facts. This is not someone just assuming. What did you get your degree into?
Kinesiology.
Kinesiology. Yeah, and certified personal trainer as well, right?
Yeah.
So, man, it's a blessing here today on the questions with APW. We get a lot of game. We getting a lot of
free game
information. Yeah. So now we're gonna go into the mental health aspect.
Okay.
So we talked earlier about mind, body, and soul all being aligned in one. To you, what is the importance of mental health?
Stay in balance.
Like that.
Yeah, I feel like life is like a roller coaster, right? Like, you gotta be a real special person to go through life and not go through ups and downs.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of universal, right?
Yeah.
So I think mental health is real important, and just being able to kind of try to find some balance and peace in your life.
Mm-hmm. Dang, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So more about mental health. What was your perspective on mental health, like growing up versus mental health now? Like, I know for me, I didn't even know it was a thing. Like,
right. I think as like when you're younger, you don't realize. You hear about adult problems, but you don't really understand them until you live them.
Until you got some bills.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of my take on it. Like any other kid, you know, you don't really think about it until you start going through life and life starts happening, and you got to figure out how to deal with it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff that happens, and it's like, okay, it might have killed my spirit, it might have killed my mood, you know what I mean? But I have to find, one, some way to get through whatever I got to get through, and then two is just, you know what I mean, recover my mind, relax my mind, and when I'm in the heat of the moment, know that, you know what I mean, after the storm comes, the sun is going to shine bright, you know what I mean? Just, I think that stuff like that helps me just with the psychological battle that I'm dealing with when I face adversity, because I mean, it's like you said, it's gonna happen. So it's all about how prepared you are for it. So now about you with mental health, what are some of the habits you do to take care of your mental health? And I call them habits because it's something that you consistently have to do.
Right. I would say one big thing for me, especially when I'm going through something, the beach is like my happy place. So being able to like go see the ocean, just meditate, relax, think, breathe,
Yeah.
you know, listen to the ocean, that's real big for me. It always has been. Outside of that though, like having a consistent morning routine, or just consistent habits that you do every day, something that kind of grounds you and creates normalcy in your routine and your life. Those are like my main things.
Yeah, it sounds like the ocean kind of really gets you centered.
Yeah, that's my happy place.
What is it about it? Like,
I don't know. I mean, There's so many things, really.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up at the beach, like that was just always where I went.
Yeah.
Just for everything. That was what
So
brought me joy. And
was it mom or dad or the whole family, or was it like did you surf growing up? Like what kind of? Yeah.
I was just always in the water, like doing junior lifeguards, swimming, surfing, all the above. Really
doing all that stuff.
Yeah,
it kind of contributed to it, and then little did you know back then that it would play like this big of a part in your life now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I love the beach. I ain't gonna lie. Grew up like more of a pool person, but I love to swim. So like when I get out there, I do feel open.
Yeah.
Salt water depends on where I'm at. You know what I mean? The Caribbean's a little different.
It's a little saltier.
Yeah,
certain places, yeah.
Yeah. But the sand gets on my nerves.
You don't like sand? It just gets everywhere. Like there's no avoiding it.
Yeah, it's following you home too.
Yeah,
like it's
absolutely.
following you.
It's in my hair.
I could only imagine, like, I'm in the shower, like, dang, I was just at the beach 5 hours ago. But I do love it, though. Like, man, just being out there, especially if it's a hot day and, you know what I mean, the water is extra cold. And then you can
just peaceful at the beach.
I agree. I agree. That would be nice, like in the future, to have, like, a house with a little walkout beach in the backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one day.
Cool.
Speak that into existence.
Got to. So even though you're qualified for being in your field, and you do a great job of doing what you do, there's always room to get better. So I want to know how, like, can you explain this? How do you handle criticism? You know, because it's like, shoot, I mean, let's say I'm having a session with you and I kind of critique you and stuff, but it's like I'm not an expert, you know what I mean? So it's kind of, if someone hits you with some criticism, it has to be a little like,
it can be. I think I always look at myself first. Is there anything I could do better? You know, do this technique better, or spend more time, or whatever it is, you know. And then after I do that, then I look at the client and see, is there anything I could help you with? Is there anything you didn't understand?
Yeah.
So I try to take like a full circle approach, right? Look at yourself first and then look for solutions.
I'm over here laughing because I remember in college was like one of the first times I ever got like a deep tissue. Oh my gosh, it was terrible.
Really?
Like the person's technique wasn't bad. They hired great people, but for me, like I wasn't even, like I was too tense. She was just like, loosen up.
Did you not understand what was going on?
I did not understand what was going on.
That's a big part of it. I think a lot of times, like, I have to talk my clients through certain things if they're not used to them. Because a lot of times body work can be uncomfortable. Not necessarily painful, but uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, you're manipulating tissue. So you're going to have some weird feelings going on, right?
Yeah. Dang, that just blew my mind. Manipulating tissue. Like,
right? Yeah. So we're essentially, like, you're working through knots. You're changing how the tissue is. You're loosening it up. And tissue is alive. Fascia is alive. Everything's moving inside the body and connected, and there's blood flowing through it. So, you know, it's not just like you're sticking your elbow in somebody.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more complicated than that. But... Yeah.
So it kind of sounds like if I'm like trying to work with you, it sounds like I need to come with a little bit of self-awareness so I know.
Self-awareness is great. I love when clients come to me and they can tell me, all right, this hurts here, or this has been feeling this way. But if you don't know what's going on, that's okay too, because that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you understand, teach you about what's going on in your body.
With my body,
right? Why things are hurting, how it got that way. So
okay,
you don't always have to know what's going on or be an expert. That's my job.
Your job tough. I'm not gonna lie. Like I felt like if I put myself in your shoes, I would be asking the people rate your pain 0 through 10. Like, how does that feel? You know what I mean? Like basic stuff.
It's like a puzzle sometimes because everybody's different. Yeah. No two people are the same, so. Yeah. That's what makes it interesting.
I commend you on that. That's tough. Like, just I know I may talk about recovery or I may talk about like weightlifting and stuff, but it all ties into one. She's just really versatile. It's kind of hard, you know what I mean? But
it can be. That's like there's like a positive and a negative side to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are too broad sometimes, like it's harder to narrow down or like
Like
specialize exactly.
Stuff like that.
But it's just about, I like having options. I like having a lot of knowledge and then being able to pull from
there.
different things, right?
Yeah. Like you were talking about earlier, it's just about like being well rounded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that'll like a hypothetical situation. Like I come off a hamstring. Well, actually, no, this is real because my hamstring was messing up.
It was.
You know what I mean? I come off of a hamstring. You know what I mean? Get some work done with you, and I'm gonna throw the clips in there too from it because I'm not lying. And then after that, I can still maintain a relationship with you, and I can still get advice on, okay, Mar, what lifts do I need to do? Like, what other stuff needs to do? And I feel like that just kind of all ties into just like your versatility and your talent and your gift that you've gotten. So, moving on, we're getting close to wrapping it up. So switching gears to talk about a little bit of inspiration. I know you're a big Nipsey Hussle fan, so just real brief, because I know you would have a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to Nip. But can you explain to us what is it about Nipsey Hussle that inspired you personally?
I mean, there's a lot of things, especially being an entrepreneur. But you know, he never gave up. He was very consistent and pursuant of his dreams and his vision, and
no matter what.
Exactly. You know, you're gonna face adversity, but you got to keep going, right? So the marathon continues is something that I really like and try to live by. You know, because life is like a marathon.
It really is.
Right. Especially when I went through a lot of the things like health issues I was dealing with. That was a big like help for me, just mentally, was just to keep telling myself, you know, like it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So you just got to keep going.
Man, that's a great slogan by Nip, really, and his legacy is gonna live on forever. So it's great to see you kind of put it into fruition. A lot of the things he lives and goes by, and now with your work, it's like you're just reciprocating the energy and just giving people game and stuff like he did. So I'm pretty sure Nip is looking down on you, real happy about what you're doing and stuff. So rest in peace, Nip, man. Shout out All Money In, the marathon continues. For real, thank you for answering that question. That's a tough one, man. So closing it out, last two questions. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Man,
it's a tough question.
Right? I feel like I'm always changing my goals, but I think, right? But I think like big picture, 5 years from now, I want to, you know, keep traveling, keep having really cool experiences. One thing I'm going to throw this in there and totally throw you off with this answer, but I think that one thing I might want to do is learn how to fly a plane.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
You weren't expecting that one, huh?
I don't want to say what I'm going to say. I'll say it off camera, but dang, I see. Wait, hold on. We talk about like commercial planes or just like little personal?
Well, just like get my private pilot license.
Yeah. We talking about
baby
like,
steps
you
first.
Going.
No. Just
you
up in there.
got to.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, maybe.
I gotta see if I even like it first, but I think it would be cool.
Nah,
I think it would be really cool.
I agree. Shoot.
To have that skill and just experience. You know?
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't know anything about like people being pilots or whatever, but like say you had to go to Mexico for a professional soccer player or whatever, like that would be low key lit if you could fly yourself there, like.
Right. See.
I see the vision.
You see the vision?
Yeah, I see it. Okay, so last question. So we all know that life doesn't last forever. You know, physically, you can't be here forever, but your legacy can be here forever. So I want to ask you, what would you like your legacy to be? Like, what legacy would you want to leave behind?
You know, I always try to just treat people with kindness and treat people the way I want to be treated. And so I think I always want to be first and foremost remembered for that. But also just the fact that you can persevere through pretty much anything.
Pretty much anything, yeah.
You know, and keep going and not let that deter you from chasing your dreams.
Yeah.
And living the life that you want to live.
For real.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a real good answer. For real, Mar.
Yeah, that's
Man,
real.
It's hard to put into words how much it means to me that you're here. It's been a blessing to just watch you grow as a person, watch your business grow as well. Just a really genuine person, and I'm glad that we have you here on Earth to help out the other people here. So you're gonna steer a lot of people in the right direction, and it's been a blessing to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Come back.
I will.
Yeah,
I will.
Okay, sounds good. Marlee Grosher, y'all, Black business owner. You can get all of her information in the bio. Book an appointment with her. I promise you will not regret it. So yeah. Marlee, thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you so much.